Hey guys, my name is Koushik and welcome back to LetCode. In this video, we are going to learn how to automate mobile application using Playwright and Appetize. We are going to focus on what is Appetize, how to use the app recorder, that is record and playback. Then we are going to learn how to export the code from the app recorder and create that as a Playwright project and how to execute with the help of Playwright. And also we are going to write our own code just to see how handy is the Appetize. So what is Appetize? It is the fastest way to access mobile application in the workplace. It uses something like embedding the mobile screens into our browser. For example, whenever we automate mobile application, we have to use our physical device, or also we can use the cloud platforms to execute, right? Similarly, in Appetize, we can embed the application from Playwright. Like when we create a project and execute with the help of Playwright, it will be embedded into the browser, and from there we can see our native application. And of course, we can have all our native behaviors like swipe, tap, typing, or uploading a file. Of course, we can do all those things. We'll talk about that more in detail. Let's see how the Appetize app recorder is going to help us. Let's take a live demo now. I will leave all the links in the description. You can go and check it out from there. I'm going to use this appetize.io for now. Let's go and do the login. If you don't have the account, you can go and click on this create account. It will ask you simple questions, and of course it's free to use, so go and do that. So I'm just going to give my username and the password, and I'm going to enter into the application. So here we can see that we have few menus like apps, device, sandbox, reports, and few other settings, right? If you want to log out, of course you can click on this. Now first of all, we are going to use the app recorder, that is like playback. So for that, I'm going to use the Android app called Tooly, which is really helpful for doing some simple application. So if you go to the Tooly from the Play Store, you can see like we can have like a text tools, image tool, and few other tools are there. So I'm just going to use this application to give some demo. Now of course we have to upload our app, so let's go and select a file. It can be APK, or even you can use your iOS application. Okay, so I'm going to click this Tooly and let's wait until this get uploaded. So the app is uploaded finally, and we have like version 1.16, that is the version of this Tooly app. Okay, so we can go and click on this view app details. So we can see like we have some informations. Okay, we'll come back to this in a moment. Before that, let's go to the device sandbox. So here you can select, we can select multiple devices. So we have like iPhone 8 to 15 Pro Max, and then of course we have the iPad and iPad Air version also. Similarly, if you want to get the Android, we have Nexus, Pixel 4 to all the Pixel 8 devices, and Galaxy S7. Of course, there will be more device support in the future. Okay, so you can click on this tab to play. So this is, you can see like this is what I said in the introduction video. So this is like embedding the mobile application into your web browser. Okay, so if you go to the settings, you can go and check the casual thing, like whatever you can see in your iOS devices. Of course you can see all those. Now if you want to switch to Android, you can just go and select, maybe we'll go with the Pixel 8 Pro and click OK. Now if you click on this tab to play, you can see like we're going to get the Android the interface. Okay, yeah, and in the below you can see like we have this enable app recorder. That is what we are going to use now. And of course you can see all your network logs, debug logs, ADB tunnel, all those things. If you want to take a screenshot, of course you can click on the save screenshot, and that will be store a screenshot in your local machine. So for example, let me save and show you this one. So this is the app screenshot, right? Yeah, and if you want to perform actions like uploading files, you can just click on add media, and you can go and select maybe your like files, and if you go to the gallery, it will be visible. For example, let's go to our Android gallery, maybe Google Photos. So we have taken a screenshot, and that should be reflected here. Okay, it will take some time, but of course it will upload. I have seen those, so maybe we'll come back to this and later and we'll check. Okay, now coming back to this apps, so you can have like multiple apps, and of course you can do the testing. So if I go and click on this play button here, you can see like that particular app is now embedded in our pixel 7 device. So let me switch to Pixel 8 Pro, and I'm going to click on this tap to play. So this is going to download the app, and it's going to install the app, and the app is getting over. So this is the overview of the app. This is very simple. You can go to Play Store and maybe you can check. Okay, so now we're going to use the app recorder. App recorder is basically used to do the record and playback. So it is similar to your Playwright code gen, or if you are from Selenium background, it is like your Selenium IDE, which is available in the Chrome Web Store. Okay, some issue is there adding the media. We can ignore that for now. Okay, now click on this app recorder, and it will ask you whether you want to. Are you sure? Yes, of course, I'm sure. So let's click OK. Now if I click on this tap to play, so it's going to enable the recorder. That means like Playwright code gen, we can say. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to like maybe this generator tool, and I'm going to generate a QR code, and let's click on this website, and here I'm going to type like letcode.in, and if I click on this generate, you can see like the QR code change. So if I click on this download option, it's going to store in my memory. Okay, so that's it. We have done the basic interactions, right? So if you go and you can see like here we have this all the details. So if I have clicked on this generated tools, you can see like if you are from Appium background or mobile automation background, you know that we have this element where we have the text, we have the class, we have the resource ID. So based on this, we can find the locators, right? So it's clicked on the generate tools, and then it has like clicked on the QR code and click on the website, and it have entered the text as letcode.in, and then it has done something. Okay, now we have done a scenario. Let's go and click on this replay, and let's see how it's going to work. So you have to click on OK again. So here you can select the mobile application is opening. It's clicking on the generate tool, then followed by the QR code. It clicked on the website, it click on enter the text as letcode.in, and it click on the generate. The QR code is also generated, and of course the download scenario is also done here, right? Fine, so we are able to use the record and playback. Now let's go to this export and click on this export to Playwright test. Okay, so here you can see like we got this test with all the steps we have performed. So I'm not going to copy the test alone. Instead of that, I'm going to click on this download. That means it will download as a zip file. So I'm going to navigate to my desktop, and I'm going to store it here. Once that is done, let's go and open that particular folder. It will be in the zip format, so go and extract it here. So you can see Playwright project, and we got our test package readme file. I'm going to open this with the VS Code editor. So right click, open with code. If you are not able to see the option like open with code, you can open your VS Code and drag and drop this particular folder as well. Okay, so let's go and open. So let's go and take a look in the readme.md file. Okay, markdown file basically. So basically we have to npm install to install all the dependencies. Then we have to install Playwright so that we'll get all the browsers, and then to run we have to use this npm run test. Other than that, of course, you can go and read, but of course I'm going to give a demo on all of the information that is already there. Okay, so I'm going to say npm i is shortcut for npm install. So it's going to download the Appetize package as well as the Playwright package. Okay, and then I'm going to say npx Playwright install. Okay, so instead of saying like npx Playwright install, you can also use this post install script within the npm. Okay, now already I have all the browsers, so it doesn't add. If you are doing it for the first time, it will add your Chromium and all the other browsers. Okay, now let's go to the test file. So here we have a test.spec.ts, and I'm going to remove this for now. So if you want to overwrite, like this will be already within your package.config.js, playwright.config.js ts file. Okay, so here you can see like within the use we have something like config, and where you have to say the public key. So this you will get once you logged in into your application, and then I'm going to run in the device Pixel 8 Pro, and the OS version is going to be 14, the latest. Okay, so let's go to the test. I'm going to remove this commented pad just to make it simple. Okay, Now here we can say like await session dot playwright action. Session is similar to your page in Playwright. So in Playwright we use the page where we'll say like page dot go to, page dot click, place dot locator, all those, right? So here we have everything within the session. I will come back to this code in a moment. Before that, let's go and execute. So I'm going to Control J and then I'm going to say npm, then followed by test or npm run test. Anything should work fine. Okay, and it's going to open our browser in the head. So you can see the argument like dash dash headed. That means we can see the UI. So here is our browser. It's actually browser, but the thing is like it's running the native application as a embedded. So that is how it is done. So you can see we are able to see our native mobile application and it performing all the click action, the type action, and if required we can do the swipe or whatever the actions we generally do in our native application we can do with the help of Appetize. So image is saved and of course it is done. Okay, now it should close. Yeah, okay, fine. Now if you go to the test result, here you can see like we have this okay, I guess they have, if I go to my config file, so yeah, so if there is any failure we'll get the screenshot and all the other details also we'll get. Maybe I will show you that in a moment. Okay, now we learned how to use the app recorder as well as we learned how to use the project, the downloaded code as a project. Now let's go through this code. Okay, so we have like session.play actions. Play action is basically going to perform multiple actions. So here within the array we are using the type called tab. We have tabbed with the text called generate tool. So if you remember the application, we have click on the generate tool first, then followed by we have done like QR code, and then we have this enter URL we have clicked on. So all those things are here. This might look very long code to you, but since it's record and playback, the app recorder, we are getting a lot of things, but we can of course minimize this with the help of our own code. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. So let me just collapse all this just to make sure you are understanding the scenario here. Okay, yeah, so you can see generate tools, QR code, website, enter URL, letCode.in, generate, and it is saved in the snack bar message or toast message we got. Okay, I'm going to run my very own test. So let's copy or let's create a file. Okay, so I'm going to make it like calc.test.ts, or we'll go with the spec convention here. Okay, now few things we have to remember. Instead of importing test from directly Playwright, we have to use it from the Appetize, because we are using the Appetize here, okay, not the Playwright. And instead of page we have to use the session here, and I'm going to give it a name like calc test. Okay, so what I'm going to perform is very simple. Let's go and click on this tab to play again. So once the app is opened, I'm going to click on this calculation tool, and then I'm going to click on this percentage and going to give some data here, some data here. I'm going to click on this calculate and we'll get the result, and we'll try to assert the result. Okay, so very simple scenario, but I think this is how mobile application automation is performed. So let's go and check. Okay, now we are not going to use the app recorder, so yeah, we need this, but we are not going to do all the recording thing. Instead of that, we are going to use only the inspect here. So if you click on this inspect, let me start over so that we'll get a good idea. Okay, so we are not going to use the app recorder, rather we are going to use the inspect, and inspect works when the app recorder is in on actually. Okay, so I'm going to click on this inspect and I'm going to drop over this calculation tool. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this percentage, and I'm going to click on this text box where I'm going to give input as 25, and I'm going to give some value as maybe, let's say we want to do like 1000. Okay, and I'm going to click on this calculate, and the result is 250, which is correct, right? Yeah, fine. So we are done with our inspect. Let's go and show you what is this. So once I click on this calculation tools, you can see like we got the text, we got the class, we got the resource ID. Resource ID is similar to your ID in any web page. Okay, and then followed by, when we click on the percentage, we got the ID, we got the text, and we are getting a lot of metadata. Okay, now I'm going to use this So if I go and click on export, you can export to Playwright test, which will again it will give us like okay, let me show you. So if I click on this export test, you can see like we are getting all the codes with all the like path, type, the bounds, the attributes, all details we are getting, so that it will work for sure, right? But since we are going to write off our own, I don't think we need all the details. Like here we can see like a lot of things are there, right? We don't need actually those. Okay, so I'm going to say like await, then followed by session. Then what is the action we are going to do? We are going to do the tap action, right? Within the tap actions, we are going to pass few, we are going to pass the element, and within the element we are going to say few data. For example, we can use this inspect, and here I can say like resource ID. Okay, so here I can say like my attributes, and attributes is going to be my not this one, this one, and then this should be within the double quotes resource ID. Okay, so this is my resource ID, and I'm going to do the tap. What is this? This is basically your calculation tool. Okay, so tap and calculation tool. I'm just going to add a comment for our understanding. Okay, right click, format the code, which should work fine. Okay, then what we are going to do, we are going to click on this percentage here, right? So if I go and click, we can see like we have this resource ID of this one. Okay, so I'm just going to copy paste, and I'm going to change this resource ID here. So copy and paste over here, right? So we have performed two steps. One is tapping on the what do we call that, calculation tool, and then followed by the percentage. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to click on the text box, which will have like 30%, but we know this values are can be dynamic also, so we'll go with the resource ID again. Okay, or else we can go with the class, but class seems like this is text view, this is text view, and this is edit view. Maybe we can use, but if I go to the next one, that also has edit view, so recommended to go with the resource ID here. Okay, and the resource ID here is edit one. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and make over here. So let's go and copy paste again, and copy and paste over here. Okay, so that's it. Pretty cool until now. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to enter the value as 25, right? So what we can do is we can simply say like await, then followed by session dot type. Okay, so since we have already tabbed on the edit one, the session will be focused over there, right? So we can just use like tab, I mean session dot type, and we can pass that data. It's going to be like 25% for now. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this another resource ID. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, paste over here, and I'm going to change my resource ID, which is going to be the second text box, where we have to enter the value like 25% of the number, right? So I'm going to again use the session dot type, and here I'm going to, let's say we are going to give like 2550. Okay, not that much, 2550. Okay, now once that is done, we are going to click on this calculate, right? So here also we can see like we have a text called calculate, so let's go and use this maybe just for a differentiate. So I'm going to say like await, then followed by session dot tap, and then followed by, I can say the element, find the element with the help of not these, text. Okay, we will just say like text, and where the text is calculate. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste over here, right? And that should be within the attributes. So let's go give the attributes here. Okay, so text, and this is going to be your calculate. Okay, is it fine? Yeah, it should be. Okay, now then we are going to click on this result, right? So it will be like your edit 3 with the resource ID of this. Okay, so I'm going to copy, we can copy actually and paste over here, and I'm going to use this resource ID now. Okay, that's it, we are done. Now I want to print this actually, so instead of like okay, I can actually, instead of tapping, I can find the element. That means like we are just going to get the element here. Okay, and here instead of element, we just have to pass the attribute. Okay, and let me format this code, and let's store that as an result. Okay, so I'm going to print that. So console.log and I'm going to print the whole object of the result. Let's see what we're going to get. Okay, now instead of running both the tests, I'm just going to run this. So we'll use the Playwright features like test dot only, and I'm going to bring by Control J, I mean terminal, and I'm going to run the test again. Let's see what happens. So the browser is launched, and you can see the title, it's embedding. That means like the Android app is getting over here. Okay, so it should go and click on this calculation tool, and we have a failure. That's not a problem, we'll see, we learn. Okay, so action triggers one unique element, but the friend returned 10 matching index of an element. Okay, so yeah, there are quite a different. This one is text, it's saying like text. Why text we have? Okay, so there are multiple, so let's go and take the good one. So text should be calculation tool, so let's go and copy this one, and we'll pass it here, and we'll just add this one, and another one is text of percentage, right? Yeah, since there are like duplicates, we are just trying to find the unique one with the help of text as well as the resource ID. Okay, so I didn't notice that there is also text. So yeah, so this edit one should be like unique, edit 2 also unique, edit 3 is also should be unique. I'm not sure, so let's go and run this one more time. Yeah, by the way, there is a failure, right? So if you go, okay, it deleted the folder, but whenever there is a failure, it basically try to capture the screenshot, and it will give you all the trace file with which we can go and check the details of the failure. Okay, so you can see now it's clicked on the percentage, and it's giving 25% of 2550, and then it should click on the calculate, and we got the result as 637, right? So here you can select within the attributes, there's a text called 637. So how do we do the assertion? It should be also very same. Okay, so let's go and use the assert, I mean not assert, it should be expect from the appetize. Okay, we'll import the expect first and then go back here. Okay, so instead of just printing, what we'll check, we'll say like await expect, not this one, await expect, then followed by the session, and we'll say like to have element, and but the element should have the attribute, right? So you'll say like it should have a it should have a like attributes with the what was that, yeah, a resource ID of edit 3, right? So we'll just say like yeah, we'll say this one. Okay, so resource ID of edit 3. Okay, so that means like we are expecting that text box to be there, and within that value should be there. We can do that, or also we can select text equal to, so we got some text, right? So let's go and take this just to make sure like we are able to. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now of course you can change to double quotes. Yeah, so here we are expecting a edit box of 3, and then text to be 637.50. Okay, and of course if you change the result, so it will be different. So you can do the calculation, and you can do the, and you can pass that to the text as a dynamic, so that you will get the exact thing. Okay, so I'm just going to show you, I mean I'm going to show you how to get the result as well, the reports as well. So now it's going to pass actually, because we have given the correct value, so obviously it should pass. Let's see. Okay, so the test is passed. Okay, now I'm going to intentionally make it failure. So instead of 637, let's make it like 100, which should obviously fail. So once it is failed, we'll see the result. That is what I'm trying to show you now. So the expected is like 100, but the actual is 637.50. So of course it's a failure, right? So once it's failure, we will get the report. So of course you can get the HTML report as well, but I think the trace file is very good. So you can get this one, copy this, paste, and just do a small thing. Just change this slash to, I mean, okay, I have given wrong. Yeah, slash. Just change this to the /, and that should open your in Mac you don't have to do this, but in Windows you have to do this. Okay, so here you can see like we got our Playwright trace viewer where we have like all the functions. Like you can see like the app is opened, it clicked on the what we call that, it clicked on the calculation percentage, and we all this. Now if you go to this failure, you can see like we have this expected is 100 but actual is different, so we get all this. And if you go to the nettalks, you can see all the console logs. If you go to the attachment, you can see the percentage, I mean sorry, if you click on the percentage, you can see this guy called what is this, screenshot. Okay, so if I go and open this, a lot of things it's asking. Okay, let's not worry about this, but yeah, you can see the screenshot is there. Okay, so let me reset this. Yeah, you can see the screenshot over here, right? Yeah, that's it. So it's very cool. So let me give you a quick recap here. So session.tap means it's similar to your click action in Playwright, and if you want to do the type, it should be type, and you don't have to focus on that. I mean, when we click on the tab, it will focus on the element, so it will just session.type. You don't have to find and say tab. Okay, and then if you want to print all the data, so metadata, so you can use the find element to find an element, and then you can print the data. In our case, we just have like done the verification of the element to be exist or not. Okay, and rest of the things, if you know Playwright, rest of the things is going to be very similar. So I think you have understood this. Okay, now if you go to the device sandbox, you can just go and play. Like you can upload if you go to the apps, and you can upload your applications. It can be app Android and iOS, and then go to the device sandbox. You can play, you can record, you can find the enable the recorder, and you can inspect to get the locators, and you can use that. Okay, I will leave all the related links on the description. You can go and check it out from there. And that's it from my side. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll be happy to reply. Tada, bye bye, take care.